Welcome to The Pitch is Right, the game show where we interview contestants from the 2024 Pitch It competition in a little bit different way by playing some fun and friendly games. All right, everybody, we are back for another exciting episode of The Pitch is Right, the game show where we interview a bunch of contestants from the Pitch It 2024 competition to get an idea of what they do and how good their pitching skills are. So, joining me today, I have several great contestants from the Pitch It program. I have Cameron from Xeneth, Wayne from Symoda, Dave from DefenseX, and Adam from ThreatCaptain. And hopefully I said all of those correctly.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start in the upper left-hand corner with Cameron. Cameron, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Cameron McPhie. I'm the founder and managing director at Xeneth.
All right. Wayne?
Hi, I'm Wayne Creamer, and I'm the founder of Symoda, based out of Ontario, Canada, with an Irish twang.
And Dave.
I'm Dave Maik. I'm the channel director for DefenseX.
And Adam.
I'm Adam, and I'm a Virgo.
And you're also from ThreatCaptain.
And also from ThreatCaptain.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the game. And of course, we start the game with the most important one, probably, but it's also the one that's going to help us know your companies better so that we get an idea for the rest of the game show. All of these basically lead up to the last game that we're going to play to give me hints as to how I can sniff out the lie. Okay, so from the lovely cards that I've created here for this game show, I'm going to start again with Cameron.
Beautiful.
Okay, Cameron, are you ready to go first with the elevator pitch off?
Ready to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, Xeneth solves the two biggest problems every MSP has, time and money. We do that through automated billing of Microsoft CSP and managed services contracts. We delight your billing team with 100% accuracy and allow them more time to focus on more interesting strategic tasks. We help MSPs also avoid that big problem, which is $500+ million challenge that is billing leakage. We constantly find MSPs leaking 7 to 15% each year in underbilling purely because of billing problems. What would you do if you had an additional $100,000+ in your MSP bank? Would you go and buy a boat? Would you go and get some more sales and marketing employees?
Awesome. And right on the dot.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right. Let's see. With 4 of you, this is a little bit, I can mix it up a little bit more. So Adam, why don't we go next with you? Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
3.
I am like so ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Adam Anderson, co-founder of ThreatCaptain. Did you know that cybersecurity sector is the fastest growing sector in the MSP market, yet only 17% of MSPs excel at selling it? The key difference for MSPs winning in cybersecurity is their ability to move away from just talking tech and helping clients understand business risk and financial impacts of cybercrime. ThreatCaptain assists MSPs by showcasing financial impact and the likelihood of a cyber breach using real-world data from the customer's industry while incorporating their client's current security posture. ThreatCaptain's reports offer actionable insights, enabling MSPs to create a tailored cybersecurity roadmap and sell more efficiently.
Awesome. Mic drop. Love it. All right, so let's go ahead and reset that clock. Wayne, you're up next. Are you ready?
I sure am.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Wayne Creamer, and I'm the founder of Symoda. Symoda is transforming the managed services industry by enhancing security and service quality for MSPs. Our platform provides advanced customer authentication, ensuring secure interactions. We accelerate communication by helping MSPs deliver faster and more efficient support. By offering unique tools and improved customer experience, we help drive your sales, boost your client retention. I personally have over 15 years in running an MSP, and we've tailored Symoda to address key challenges that MSPs face today, helping you stand out in a competitive market. If you want to discover a little bit more about what we do, come visit us at symoda.com.
Nice. Nicely done. All right. And last but not least, Dave, are you ready?
I think as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi. Since COVID, what have we gotten? We've gotten more people working from home, more people being remote. How do we solve the threat levels that come through the remote browsing situation, credential and file protection? How many of you have had an email or a text message come through saying your bank has $57 for you and you want to click that link? How many of you do file downloads and download corrupt files, or even just general web browsing? How many times you go to a web and all of a sudden it's the ad popping up on the next website you go to? We correct all these issues with a basic DNS. DNS++, DefenseX, to protect the end user on the browsing level. Thank you.
Awesome. So had we kept it at 45 seconds, 3 of you would have done very well.
Aha!
However,
I extended mine, so that's good.
Cameron, I could definitely tell that you were working to extend it, but you did a very good job of doing that kind of on the fly. So good job.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, let's get this nasty timer out of the way so we don't have to worry about that guy ever again.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's move on to Tech Taboo. This is the game show where you can't use the 4 words down there at the bottom of the screen while you're giving a description about the benefits, the features, anything that may be relevant to the MSP audience about your product or service. So Dave has elected to go first. So Dave, without saying any of those 4 words, tell me more about DefenseX.
Excellent. Thank you. So something we don't really know about is the internet is dangerous. We use it every day and all day, and it creates a lot of human error. And there's a ton of security threats built into the web browsing. And the question is, how do you control this? How do you control the number of breaches that are happening and all the attacks that are coming from this level? We're talking about 80% of the attacks today are coming from this angle. So we have social media, we have risky websites, we have phishing attacks, WhatsApp, any other type of communication through texting. And these are all areas that we have problems with controlling. So how do these things help you as an MSP? Well, these are threats that nobody really can protect today, except for somebody like a DefenseX. We are able to provide a solution to protect against these threats, and it will help grow your business. It's easy to sell. It replaces a lot of other products, so you can minimize your stack. You have an upgrade path to other products through us. You'll gain efficiency, get reporting, understand who the threats are in individual companies, and what the risk score is of that company itself. You can manage the usage, it reduces risk, it falls in the CIS framework, and it protects where you need it to protect. We convert a traditional website into a fully secure web browser. We have DNS protection plus, it's a little added thing that we throw in there. We have credential file protection, and we actually can turn this on to a zero trust web protection. We protect all the other apps that you can be using on a daily basis. So what's the value proposition here? Well, it's a fast track. Installation is 5 minutes, recurring monthly revenue. You can mix and match our products. We do not force or do not have to move everybody in a corporation to a higher level. You can mix and match the levels of our product so everybody gets the protection that's needed without paying or overpaying. You have unparalleled support, easy upgrade path, as I was saying. and there's no commitment, no contract. You use and you remove as you need. The landscape. Well, MSPs are driven. It's driven through MSPs, I should say. We're an established through the channel, 100% channel driven. We're a ConnectWise partner. Freshly just got our certifieds through the Invent program, and we're established in all major markets across the world. And we have well over 400 MSPs currently using our product. We have RMM deployment, multi-tenancy, golden templates for fractionless deployment. We have NFR licenses that do not expire. You can use those NFR licenses internally forever. 30-day trials for your customers. Complete rebranding internally with the product. Local AD Azure and IAM support. It's a true cost saver. Replaces multiple products and best bundled with EDR and XDR and Microsoft Defender.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you very much, Dave. And I think you avoided all the words.
I think so. I hope so.
You did.
All right. I wasn't even thinking about it, so maybe that's how you got to do it.
All right. So let's see. Let's go diagonal again and go to Wayne. Wayne, you ready?
I am indeed.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so here at Symoda, we believe in creating the best possible relationships between you and your customers. We understand that clear and secure and efficient communication is key to building trust and satisfaction. And we achieve this by addressing the main layers of your customers. So if you think of those three main layers, you got a C-level set of executives, you got your approvers, and you've got your end users. They all need to be communicated with in certain ways. They can't just be barraged by the same information over and back. We've also found that quite often, end users especially, don't get to interact with the main players within your teams as over at an MSP, so trust can get lost very quickly within that environment. So our tool ensures that not only the right people are getting support and confirming their identity, so we help keep you secure, but we also speed up that communication. And then we help tailor that communication to all those layers. So whether it's the VIPs, whether it's your approvers, whether it's your end users. And really we're trying to help and evolve a way to help you to communicate better and to solve their problems faster. And by making sure that these three levels are all happy and in sync, we always found within my previous MSP is that that's when our customers were at our happiest. That's when they trusted us the most. That's when they did everything with us as much as possible. And really were able to continue on with that path. So here we created, and we started as a mobile first solution to modernize that communication. We can't just sit and allow customers to communicate with us anymore through email and phone. People want things that are a little bit quicker, and people are working more remote. People want to have quick interactions and be able to move stuff forward. So customers can quickly create tickets, do it under a minute, see updates, interact directly within the PSA. So your techs are not wasting their time having to communicate and send stuff back. They're just updating, information is being synchronized back to the end user, and they feel in the loop. They're not sitting there that they feel that they've sent in a ticket and haven't heard anything and coming back. MSPs are then able to use our tool to be able to not only authenticate to ensure that they're communicating with the right person. They're able to then use notifications very quickly to continue to evolving that solution. So using things like push notifications to say, hey, can I reboot your machine? Yes, I can. To, hey, there's a major outage. Tornado has gone through X area recently, and there's currently no ISP information right now or connectivity. Now, all of a sudden, we're able to send communication out to everybody, or at least guide people when they arrive on the other side. We're helping with onboarding the customers, so easier. They're able to capture their information. They're able to understand how you provide support. We're also able to help you tailor that communication that goes out to them so they feel more connected with your team as they come in and start getting services with you. Our solution is deployable in under 15 minutes quickly. Too many times over those 15 years that I try and deploy out something that took years and days and months of my time, that never truly got to utilize all the full feature sets that are in there. So we're looking at the exact opposite. We don't ever want to have a solution that provides those sorts of things. And we want to be able to allow those approvers and those VIPs to quickly have access to what moves things forwards, what gets their customers back, gets their staff back supporting their customers ASAP. So just to recap, Symoda provides a platform that enhances security, accelerates communication, and delivers an amazing, awesome client experience. This in turn makes your clients happy, makes you more likely to stick with you in the future, and helps you stand out from the crowd and grow.
Awesome. Wayne, I don't know if you know this, but I'm very much into customer experience and partner experience when it comes to the MSP space, because I think that is truly one of the main differentiators that is going to evolve over the next 5 years and make, the difference between successful MSPs and MSPs that are just still kind of doing what they do. So I appreciate you bringing that aspect into it.
Thank you very much. I can honestly say from our previous MSP based out of Ottawa in Canada, that was the number one reason why we succeeded and we had a successful exit on the other side.
Yep. And by the way, Ottawa Airport, my favorite airport in Canada so far.
It's pretty all right. It's so quick and easy to get through. I love it.
You realize there's another Canadian here on this call.
Well, okay, but I'm not. This is actually true. Backstory: I don't know if I'll delete this or not. We'll see. But I formerly worked for what is now Enable, what was SolarWinds MSP. I actually came through the GFI Max Logic Now acquisition, and I was one of the original head nerds at SolarWinds MSP. And so I was in and out of Ottawa once a month minimum for about a year and a half. And my favorite thing about it, and Toronto has this too, I just didn't fly through Toronto as much. You have U.S. Customs in the airport in Ottawa, so that once I got back to the States, I didn't have to worry about customs. I was considered already cleared. So that's my reasoning.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty handy. All right. So.
All right. So on with some more tech taboo. And this one, I think I'll go with Cameron next. So beautiful. Cameron, you ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, so a little backstory. I used to have a hosting company back in the day. We used to use a program called Splar, which I'm sure a lot of the MSPs are aware of, for hosting. We weren't reporting right to Microsoft. We got smacked with a $100,000 bill because we were underreporting. And this kind of started my idea for making sure our billing and reporting is right. I then went on to be the CTO at Ripe, which is a public company that's a distributor for Microsoft CSP, or just software distributor, basically. My role there was to improve the billing and provide a self-service portal for MSPs with that distributor. Part of that role, we found that they were underbilling by about 5% there. And when you look at a public company that's about $200 million a year, 5% is a lot of money that they were throwing out the door each year. So I combined that with talking with a lot of MSPs about the challenges of billing, and it really surprised me that a lot of MSPs are still manually billing and just throwing away money out the door purely because of that. We often see, as I said in my pitch, between 7 and 15% underbilling. We've seen much higher than that because people just don't get it right. They're not pricing right. They're not getting things right. So what we do, we focused on Microsoft CSP first, particularly direct CSPs. We're not doing indirects at the moment, but focusing on direct CSPs. So those bigger MSPs that really need that help with that MSP billing into their PSA or accounting system. So we integrate with ConnectWise and many other PSAs and also other platforms like ServiceNow and all sorts of other things. But we basically get the invoice data. We're using the invoice as a source of truth from Microsoft, so that way we can be accurate to the cent with reconciliation. And from a managed services point of view, that's your per user per month managed or cloud service that you're providing to customers. We're helping with that and the calculation of what I call an active user. So the challenge each month for an MSP is working out how many users are in actually an end customer. What are the number of users that are there each month? And so some people leave that alone and they don't look at it for 5 years, and they've then ending up with a contract that was for 10 users and then they're now 70 users or something stupid. And I've seen several companies lose, like one company I know lost $15,000 a month because they didn't look at the contract for 10 years. So this is a really common thing that people don't look at, and they're either doing PowerShell scripts or they're doing some sort of other audit manually once a quarter or once a year, and in that meantime they're losing a lot of money. So what we've done is we've built a solution which is updating the PSA, as I said, trying to get you that maximum billing you can possibly get, with custom pricing and all sorts of things that you can do for your customers. But I guess the big value item for me is that we're helping you with additional revenue, not indirectly, but directly. So we're giving you back return on investment from month one. We're giving you back all of that money, that 5 to 15%, 7 to 15% that you were underbilling before. And we've seen some big numbers that we give back from that.
Awesome. And that is, 5 to 17% is nothing to sneeze at.
Correct.
So definitely one of those things that I think, so many vendors have something to sell through an MSP for the benefit of the end user, right? And, what we're seeing here is a little bit more how MSPs can better operationalize their business itself and bring in the efficiencies that are going to drive revenue and drive profit.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Adam.
I'm super ready.
You are super ready. So we are super anxious to hear what you have to say.
All right, let's get going. Hey there, MSP owners and salespeople. Do you like money? Do you like helping your customers be safe? Hey, why don't you talk to ThreatCaptain? I'm not going to do it the whole time. But yeah, the primary reason why your customers tend to push back when you try to help them with cyber is they are looking at the likelihood of an attack while you're selling the impact of an attack. Now, how do you get them there? How do you get them to the point where they can talk about risk and actually have a constructive conversation? It really helps be able to show them the actual answer to the question of how much will it cost if I get breached? Man, it's real hard not to say these words down there. How much will it cost if I get breached? Well, the problem up to this point is that it's a bunch of fear. You throw the big boys at them. Wells Fargo got breached for this and that, and they just don't relate to it. So until you can bring fiduciary impact and risk back to what the customer is actually experiencing, you don't progress a cyber protection, cyber sale, and move the needle. So that's what ThreatCaptain does. We use the MITRE ATT&CK framework to look at the kill chain of all of the amazing different kinds of breaches that have happened out there. And then we use the Verizon data impact analysis report to get the cost of what those breaches are. And by getting the number of records that were stolen, what your industry is, and looking at the type of attack that happened, we can quantitatively, that's a fun word, quantitatively tell you what the cost of a breach actually is. Now, I say quantitatively, but we're not collecting nearly enough information to tell you exactly what the breach is. And our software was designed by a recovering theoretical chemist. So, we've got things to overcome. But the point of it is that you don't need to have perfect data to have a conversation around risk. And only 17% of MSPs right now are crushing it on sales of cyber products. And that's probably the problem, is that when we are pushing products, when you're using fear, when you're trying to motivate someone to buy from you, it can work, but it's a short-term return and a long-term loss, because the next person that comes around and scares that customer a little bit more, they're going to take that customer for you. So what do you want? You want to become a trusted advisor that helps guide them through their cyber. Dang it. So close. You want to become a trusted advisor that guides them through this cyber symposium of all the different options and guide them to a point where you're having an adult conversation about what they think is likely, what the impact will be, and then what is the fiduciary responsibility from you helping them with business risk, not cyber risk. And that's what ThreatCaptain does. Actionable insights that result in more MMR, less churn, and predictable revenue through security roadmaps.
Nice. Nicely done.
I was close, right? I mean, I was dancing the line, kids. I wasn't quite there.
I was watching you read the text at the bottom. Yeah.
And one of the things I really like about this, by the way, is you describing that gap between likelihood and impact. And I think that's something that every MSP could use when they're talking to clients about, and I'm going to use the word because I'm the host and I can, cybersecurity.
Feels nice to say it, doesn't it? Yeah. You just dangle that.
Let it out. Let it out.
No, you're right. You're right.
That leads us to the last segment of this show, and that is my favorite, Pitch It or Ditch It. And this is where each one of you are going to give me 3 things about your product, service, or offering, and I have to figure out which one is a lie. So let's see. Dave's gone first. Cameron's gone first. How about we go with Adam this time?
I think that's a fantastic idea.
All right, Adam. So give me 2 truths and a lie so I can pitch it or ditch it.
Well, this is going to be difficult because I refuse to lie to you. So all of these are going to be truths. I swear. So listen, ThreatCaptain is the only cyber risk management platform that helps understand financial impact for MSPs, specifically built for MSPs on the market. That's the first truth. The second is ThreatCaptain is totally a multi-tenant platform that is best used during pre-sales prospecting and post-sales QBR management. That's a quarterly business review for those of you keeping score at home. And then the final truth is ThreatCaptain's name came from a family story where my great-great-great-great-grandmother was part of the Boston Tea Party. She was the last bag they threw overboard.
Oh, you're making it hard on me.
Aren't I, though? Because that one's documented in some book somewhere.
But I would be remiss because I have to choose the last one because it is so far-fetched.
And you are a wise man. It turns out I didn't hide the thing very well, and you jumped right on it. That is correct. Yeah, that's not where our name came from.
You didn't start with it's a truth, so that's where you went wrong.
Look, I mean, to be honest, there was a lot of bourbon involved. I don't actually remember where the name came from, but I'm glad for the results. Actually, fun fact, I'm not allowed to name companies. This is the second one Brad and I have built, and every time I come up with the first name, he's like, you're a sweet spirit. You don't get the name companies out of it. So.
Well, maybe I'll get that out of Brad while I'm in IT Nation.
There you go.
All right, so let's see. I'll roll the dice and go with... let's go with Cameron.
Cool. Right. Number 1, we help change billing from days or weeks down to minutes. Number 2, with manual billing, you can get 100% accurate. Number 3, we've helped 2 companies each recover more than $1.2 million in revenue annually purely due to misbilling.
Oh. I'm going to have to choose number 2.
Definitely. It's a common misconception.
I mean, while I think there's probably some chance out there that you could get it 100% correct with manual billing, it is much less likely.
Human error, it's not possible.
Yes. That's why we try not to do things manually as much as possible when we can, to use a taboo word, automate them. All right. I should make it a rule for myself that I can't use any of those words during the show.
That would be polite. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
All right, Wayne, what about you? What are your 3?
Okay, so my first one, Symoda helps you verify your client identities to enhance your security so you can feel confident that you are not the victim of social engineering in seconds. Okay. Second one is our platform includes a feature that predicts user issues and pre-creates tickets to ensure customers already have a ticket in place so your team can work on the issue faster. And 3, Symoda enhances communication by integrating modern messaging tools, allowing faster and more efficient problem resolution.
So I'm going to say, because most of your product, the way I've heard it today, is around the communication and identity piece, I'm going to say that the predictive tickets are the falsehood.
100%. I do believe there's too many things in the world that just create tickets for the sake of creating tickets these days and cause work for MSPs. So that's where I was going with that one. Let's solve the noise where it is, and that noise is outside the MSP, not actually inside the MSP.
Yep. Fun story. The first thing I ever automated in my MSP, between my RMM and my Autotask, which was my PSA at the time, was several automations to actually reduce the noise from things coming in from the RMM. I would actually suppress them on purpose until they were open for a period of time, and then they could create a ticket.
Definitely, indeed. I think that's exactly what we did too. We saw just send it off to a board, and then hopefully it didn't go past 10,000 tickets in the space of an hour.
Yep. All right, Dave, your 2 truths and a lie. Not in that order, because it'll be too easy to guess.
Right. Well, I appreciate putting me last twice out of these 3 questions, so thank you. So first one is DefenseX provides real-time risk reports by individuals and for a company as a whole. Number 2, DefenseX helps individuals fill their bank accounts with money by allowing through phishing attacks. Number 3, DefenseX turns any web browser into a secure web browser, therefore securing any type of browsing on the web.
Love it. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go with number 2.
Yeah, you're right.
As much as I would like to fill any MSP's pockets with money, I don't think we're proactively turning MSPs into threat actors.
I agree. Yeah.
How would that commission structure work?
Well, it does become 100% commission at that point.
That's fair.
Especially if they're running it on the side.
That's
all right.
Exactly.
So, guys, thank you so much for this today. I had a whole bunch of fun. I hope you did as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep.
Hopefully this helps to prepare you for the other rigors that you're going to go through in the Pitch It program. However, I do know for a fact that most of the value from the Pitch It program is going to come from all of the resources and all of the coaches that you guys and the mentors that you guys are going to be exposed to over the next several months. So I am really excited to see how all that works out for you. I hope all of you can be there at IT Nation Connect so that we can get a chance to see each other face to face. Some of you I will see at IT Nation Secure where it makes sense. And other than that, really do appreciate you guys coming on today and participating in The Pitch is Right.
Love it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eric. Nice to meet everybody, too.
Thanks, Eric.
That's
great. Yeah. I had fun.
Awesome.